friends, it's great to be with you. If you and I have not met, my name is Emily with Heartfelt Creations. Today I'm here to share two different techniques that I think you'll absolutely love. The first one will focus on making a beautiful dimensional one-of-a-kind flower. Do you love these dimensional one-of-a-kind flowers? Super fun, very beautiful to create. Plus, we'll add these flowers onto an easel card using a fancy decorative die. So join me here in the back and we'll have some fun recreating these beautiful one-of-a-kind flowers and adding them to this card base. So we'll learn some layering tips and techniques. We'll learn how to make these flowers. So to get started, I'm using the flowers from our clematis set. It's such a beautiful, fun summer flower that really allows you to add it to projects that really kind of follow like that. It's fun to add to like a trellis stamp or die in the background. You can really add it with, those fun, beautiful summer, elegant images like the bird houses, the little birdies, but also alter it to really have just a very neutral color palette, pair it with other beautiful foliage in the background. So to get started, we're going to show you how we like to color to get these vibrant streaks in the center. So it is kind of your traditional clematis color. This one we stamped with the majestic violet. We're going to color it with the cactus flower. This one we stamped with cactus flower and colored it with cactus flower. So two different color tones today. I just wanted to show you some variations with that. So you're going to use these daubers, which are beautifully designed so you can really get those beautifully shaded accents in the center because you have such a pointy edge, right? So you're going to be able to just lay that down and just color, color, color. I love how this allows you to really quickly and easily get a very beautiful shaded flower. And the stamp image is designed so that you can easily see exactly where to put that shading, which is really nice. So basically, if you can kind of color stripes in the center, you are good to go, right? Once we've shaped it, I'm also going to show you how we did a really fun stamen center. So you can use from the stamens that we have on our website at heartfeltcreations.us, or you can use the leaves from this flower to make a really kind of a fun one-of-a-kind flower center that I think you'll love if you like to kind of hand make some of those things. So our next step is shaping. Now, if you are one of my crafting friends that has not used our shaping molds, this is a lifesaver. It shapes the flowers for you so you don't have to do it by hand. So if you're a beginner, it makes that you get the same flower shape that somebody that's been doing it for a long time does. So all you have to do is just open this mold. It will go through most manual die cutting machines that have a width opening that's wider than this. If you're not sure if your machine is compatible, you can always visit our website and you can see there if it fits your machine. So with this, we'll just go ahead and put that stamp side down. So as you can see, you can shape all the different flower sizes and the leaves at one time, which is a huge time saver. It also helps with your hand strength. Say you have some issues with your hand, arthritis, all that stuff, you can do this very quickly and easily. So we'll just put the two clear plates. Most machines, that's what the sandwich is going to be, is the two clear plates. Run it through. While this was running through, we're going to take a look at the special savings. Hang on a second. My machine seems to be a little bit... Okay, there it goes. The savings for the event this weekend is that you qualify for a free die with a $50 purchase when you shop at heartfeltcreations.us. Just enter coupon code 563070, and that expires on July the 14th. So happy shopping. You get a free die of your choice. If you are anything like me, you have a lot of items on your shopping wish list, and you can easily get that die with that $50 purchase. So there you've got the beautiful flower all shaped. Isn't that just stunning? So your next step, let this dry because we added a little bit of water in the back. So I'm going to lay this aside and we're going to focus on finishing off this one, okay? So put this onto your piercing mat and make sure that you have a pretty big hole in the center because of the type of stamen we're going to add to the middle. Now, you can make this flower double, you can make it single. The flowers I'm using today are going to be single layers. but you could easily add, you know, just another flower on top of here. You'd be ready to go. But I wanted to show you the stamen center. So to do the stamen center, take a leaf that is already done, that comes with your clematis stamp and die, and just clip off a section. And then what I want you to do is just go in and just very quickly just do these really teeny tiny clips, okay? Just kind of very quick and easy to do that. Now, if this is not your jam and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that, you can always use from our rock candy stamens. We have lots of different stamens that you can choose from as well. So you get to choose and decide, but I had a lot of questions from people on how to do this. Then you'll just take your goal shaping tool and you will just wrap that around and just kind of roll it. And you have that flower center. I always go back and I kind of curl it and I make those kind of flip open. And you can also do that once it's in the center of the flower and it's all dry. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue in there. And I'm going to squish this together. You could use a little clip to just squish that together so you don't accidentally burn yourself if you're concerned about that. And this is why you want to have that hole big enough, is you want to make sure you can pop that through. Mine is not quite big enough just because of how wide the base is. So I'm just going to go ahead and just make this flower just a little bit more open, okay? So we're just going to, that split just a little bit, that's okay. If that happens, what I want you to do, it's always fun when you're doing something like this and you get to see how I fix something that is what we call a flower casualty if it accidentally breaks. So that's why I like my flowers to be very dry when you're doing this. So you can just push that back together, just hold that. Once that glue is dry, you'll just flick those little centers out and you have that beautiful one-of-a-kind flower. So once you're done, you just lay this aside, let that dry. We'll add all these little flowers. I have multiple sizes all done and ready to add to our card base. Now, our card base, this is where the fun comes in. We're going to do a shaped easel card. This die is one of a kind. Regal frame and accents. There are 6 pieces, which means it's super, super versatile. Lots of different ways you can layer this, but you have this very outer piece that I use to cut this basic background out. And I wanted to layer it on a shaped card. So I took the die and I laid it onto a folded piece of cardstock and I had quite a bit extended from the top. I took my score pal and just folded this in half so I could make an easel card. So that is how you do the base, okay? So once again, just take a piece of cardstock, fold it in half, lay this outer die on top, make sure that the outside edge is extended so that it does not cover and cut it apart so that you can layer this on. So we'll have this folded in half. I'm gonna go ahead and add some glue. Hopefully my glue is a little, I was busy using it, have had lots of fun. And there we go. I had forgotten to put the pin in. Oops, we'll just use our hot glue. That is a-okay. If you have that happen to yours, all you need to do is just, if you forget to put the pin in, just take your, the metal tip off. So here we go. We have that easel card, which is really pretty. But take the metal tip off, soak it in some hot water, and you are good to go. I am going to go ahead and put this little thank you in here so it kind of holds that easel card up, and then that will flatten for mailing. And this little sentiment, or the little piece, the decorative piece, comes from the center here, okay? So we're just going to use some foam dots and adhere this to the card base. Tell us what you love about this card. I love how it turned out with all the decorative elements. It's just such a fun and beautiful way to create with this one. Okay, so this is the outer part of the decorative die. So we're just going to go ahead and put just the little dots of hot glue on the ends here and tack that down. Quick tip when you're using a hot glue gun, you can always use your heat embossing tool to kind of melt those little stringy areas. You probably already know that, but in case you didn't, you are welcome. I love that tip for this. Then you can go back, add your centerpiece, which is this big piece right in here, which I absolutely love. It adds another area to put a sentiment in. We have a beautiful sentiment set, so I loved how this one was the "You are so thoughtful" and "Thank you." Now you're ready to, I'm just going to bring this down, and we're ready to layer our flowers on top. So when I do this, I start by layering a large flower. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of put that a little bit at an angle. And what I like about this die is it has a little bit of that lattice background look already. So it allows you to very easily add the clematis, and it kind of looks like it's just in its natural habitat. So I took some of the large leaves, just going to add those to the side and bring these in. I just love how this turns out so quickly and easily. Okay, just going to push that in just a little bit further. And then we're going to go ahead and start adding some of our smaller flowers. And just kind of bring these to the side, and then we can go back and add a little bit more foliage. Just add those accents however we like. I am going to put this one maybe in here. And you can kind of tell when you're ready to add more leaves. Like this one, I want a little bit shorter leaves, so I'm going to go ahead and just put some hot glue top and bottom. And we're going to bring that in, layer that just underneath this little flower. And I might need to do that again for underneath here. So we're going to go ahead, and I might even do a double leaf in some of these sections too. So I typically start placing it and then kind of moving it around to what I think it needs. When I say double leaf, like here's one that I had clipped off a tip from that one that I was using in the flower center. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that right underneath this stem, okay? So it kind of looks like there's a double. You know what? I'm going to move this flower just a little bit tighter, okay? So you can always move it around even if you started gluing it. And I love that. That's the beauty of creating, right? I'm going to go ahead and add another flower off to the side here. We're going to have a little flower party. Does that sound good, having a little flower party? So as I go to the smaller flowers, if I don't have enough of the small leaves, I just clip those apart and I will use sections of them, okay? So we'll just bring that leaf up so we look okay. So as we finish this off, I'm going to put a double leaf over in this section. This leaf wants to fall down because it's not quite dry yet. Oops, just touched a really big spot of hot glue in the back. Fortunately, I did not yelp. You wouldn't have wanted to hear that, right? Okay, so here we go. So if you're just joining me, let me know what you are loving about this stamp and die set using the clematis as the flower and this beautiful regal frame and accents as a die. And if you just joined us, you get to choose a free die with a $50 purchase. You just enter coupon code 563070, and that expires on July the 14th. Okay, we are going to pop a little baby point flower right in here. That one already had a little small leaf attached to it. Okay, now as a finishing accent, I did not point this out, but we have some little birdies in the Clematis Birdhouse and Trellis set. Love this little birdhouse, super stunning. Here's another beautiful frame. If you don't have this one yet, let us know in the comments. We can get you directed to which frame that is. I'm blanking on the name right now. But we have the birdhouse, these little birds, and that comes from the Clematis Birdhouse and Trellis set. The little birdies come separately, and then you've got the birdhouse and the trellis background, which go beautifully with that Clematis set. So we are going to pop these little birds in here. We'll find a sweet little spot for them. So we might just go ahead and, let's see, we'll pop this birdie in over here. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to perk him up here. He just flew. He was like, oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera a little bit. Okay, so we'll have one at the top, and let's see where this one wants to live. So Sometimes it's a hard choice. You know what? No, let's not do that. I was thinking maybe on the inside of the card. But I think we're going to put them right down here. Let's put a little bit and just act like it's walking along the lattice on the back. Right underneath. And I am going to just pop a little leaf right underneath so it kind of looks like that leaf for the end of the bouquet. Just going to squish the leaf a little bit more, crinkle it up, and act like that little bird is sitting on that leaf. How does that sound? Oh yes. Okay, so there you have an easel card using the beautiful versatile climbing clematis. You can add this to any, or use it for any occasion. This one I made into a thank you. You could have used a pattern background in here and all that fun stuff. So hopefully this inspires you. Before I go, I just wanted to show you some more beautiful samples. Do you love seeing finished samples? Here's one on a slimline card using the clematis with the foliage. Here's one using this as a focal sentiment, and then just beautiful colors of that clematis. So light pinks to dark purples in there. And you can even do something fun using some of our other decorative dyes and adding like the blues, the pinks, completely changes it up with unique foliage. Here it is with a classic diamond, adding the birdhouse on the side using the greens and purples. Love how that turned out. And then here's one that is a very simple, elegant. I love the dark pinks. And then adding the I am so grateful for you in the center. Simple, stunning, it comes together so beautifully. Here's another one using the slimline card, the birdhouse, the little birdies. Love how that one turned out. And if you saw my last demo last month, you would have seen this beautiful big butterfly. Here it's paired with those beautiful clematis. So hopefully this inspires you. If you don't have the clematis or this regal frame and accents die yet, we'll add the links below so for quick and easy ordering. And remember, you will qualify for a free die with a $50 purchase. The coupon code is 563070, and that expires on July 14th. So have an amazing rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye.